So, thank you, Reddit. It says, rant, sister-in-law, the family Karen, has spent years alienating my brother from us.
Classic. Tale as old as time.
So, I am going to make sure I only have those two. Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Bring it on.
So, my brother married the ultimate Karen. From day one, she's been on a mission to make sure his family, us, is treated like we're less than acquaintances, while her family has unlimited access and gets to play super grandparents, aunties, uncles of the year. We found out about their first child on Facebook. Yep, no text, no call, nothing. Just a shiny little announcement like the rest of the world.
No.
Imagine being the aunt and uncles and finding out you're becoming an aunt and uncle at the exact same time as your neighbor down the street scrolling Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
And when the baby finally came, my brother's family, us, was told we had to wear masks if we wanted to see the baby. We did it because we didn't want to cause issues, only to find out later that her family was over there snuggling the baby mask-free with tons of cute photos posted online.
No.
So it wasn't about safety, it was about control.
Yeah.
The biggest slap in the face, my mom, the grandmother, wasn't allowed at the hospital due to COVID, but wouldn't have been either way, and wasn't welcomed without practically begging to meet her grandchild. She wasn't even allowed around the grandchild really until almost 3 years later. Like, lives in the same town, and her grandchild was practically a stranger.
3 years?
Meanwhile, Karen's family basically lived there whenever they wanted, and there was no reason, no health issues, no drama, just Karen's constant gatekeeping. And my brother, total doormat. This man is the breadwinner, the supposed leader of his home, and he just nods and says yes, dear, to whatever Karen demands. It is painful to watch because we know he loves his family, but he won't stand up for himself or for us. I feel like that's probably more common than...
I was going to say, because when I have 4 brothers, so like one of them is married.
Yeah.
And it's okay to like become your own family unit.
Oh, yeah.
It's normal. It's expected. It's
That's
what you want.
supposed to...
That's the goal. When it becomes an issue is then whenever you just completely turn your back on your own, like your birth family, you know, like it's not supposed to be just a this or that. It's supposed to be a joining, a combining of families, and you know, your traditions are going to look different, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. But the fact that they live in the same town and went 3 years without like the grandma being able to see the child, that's wild.
The only time we're allowed to be a part of their lives is when they need something. Babysitting, call his side of the family. The yard needs mowed, call us. Need movers, call us. Need a house built? Oh, suddenly we're going to have to be involved. But when it comes to birthdays, holidays, family milestones, we're completely cut out.
Dang it.
To top it off, my sister once posted a pile of clothes her kid had grown out of, selling them cheap online. In that entire pile, one piece had originally been a hand-me-down from Karen. You'd have thought she committed a crime. Karen and my brother accused her of profiting off of their generosity. Out of literally 30-plus items, it was one pair of pants. They made a huge stink and then never apologized.
Did they want it back? Or were they just... Anyway, whatever.
It sounds like that they were saying
just
she's profiting off of a hand-me-down.
Yeah, that's silly. Like, if I give you clothes like that my kids have grown out of, I don't want them back. I do not care what you do with them after that. Please do not give them back to me. Yeah, burn them. Seriously.
Karen refuses to come to birthday celebrations for our family, including her kids' cousins. Thinks she's better than everyone, I guess. Always gets a gift that takes forever to drop off because that is how long it takes to see her, but refuses to bring her children to birthday celebrations, baby showers, whatever it might be. And here's the kicker. Karen loves the word self-care and boundaries. She throws them around like magic spells, but her version of self-care is ignoring people, being cruel, or manipulating situations until she gets her way.
Put a pin in that because I want to come back to that, but I want you to finish.
Her boundaries are walls that only apply to us, never to her family, never to her friends, well, until she falls out with them too. Basically, boundaries means rules you have to follow so I can control the situation, but I'll do whatever I want. You would think Karen and her family would be just wonderful due to the way that they're treated, but nope, she has drama with her own family too, and her own friends, and even my brother's old friends. And guess what? It's always someone else's fault. They're always toxic or abusive while she gets to play the victim. Meanwhile, she and my brother can treat people however they want, and everyone else is supposed to just swallow it. Karen refuses to support anybody's family businesses, not even a share on a house for sale. Why? While our family, for years, has supported her hobby businesses. Karen refuses to support a family, like with their businesses, or not even a share on any social media on a house for sale. Why? Well, while our family, for years, have supported her hobby businesses. I wish I could sit down and have a real adult conversation with them, but unfortunately, all that would do is give them ammunition to keep their
Mm.
kids from our family even more. It's been years of this nonsense, and honestly, I'm at a point where I just want to scream, "Wake up!" to my brother, because we were not raised to act that way. He knows better. I don't know about her. Maybe her raising was rough, but I know my brother knows right from wrong. I think he's in too deep, and Karen's got him completely trained. Anyone else dealing with a sibling who married Karen and just rolled over like a doormat, any help would be appreciated.
Jesus, I'd love to read
And there
those
were
comments.
so many comments.
Yeah, I'd love
yes.
to hear what those people were
I was
saying.
like, this is a common thing, I think.
I mean, I think it is. So, a couple things. I wanted to talk about like the accountability and the boundaries thing, or self-care and boundaries. I feel like there is an appropriate way to use those terms and an inappropriate way, and like a way to weaponize them, where you use them, like you said, just to have control. I think is what the
boundaries are not about actual like boundaries for something.
Like issues.
Boundaries are boundaries because of control.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah. And like, that's not what boundaries are intended for. Boundaries are intended for you to be able to feel like your best self. And if they are set up without any kind of like antecedent or like inciting incident, you kind of have to reflect and be self-aware of, okay, well, why don't I feel like my best self around this family? That makes me want to set up these boundaries and do like self-reflection and figure out what's going on with you, as opposed to, let me just shut everybody else out because I don't know how to cope with the feelings that I have.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound healthy.
No, it does not.
And the same thing with the kids. That feels like she's weaponizing her kids against them too.
Which is kind of what we see with like mothers and fathers who are not together.
Exactly.
And like one parent can kind of weaponize, especially if it's the parent that has like sole custody, has the majority of the time, can kind of do that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it sounds, you said the grandma went 3 years. So this kid is old enough to know who that family is. Yeah, so like just to really be sad. To be so in and out, that poor grandchild is going to have like maybe abandonment issues. Like why can't I see my family anymore? Why aren't my aunt and uncle around? Why isn't grandma and grandpa around? Yeah. Is it something I did? Like you just have to think about the long-term damage that it's doing. Yeah. So that sucks.
So yeah, that's my first one. Karen, sister-in-law.
Tale as old as time.